Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush on a Fast Break Friday, presented by Harry Robinson.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC voted the 2019 Dealer Rater Buick Dealer of the Year. Now, this award recognizes the top dealership across the United States and Canada based on customer satisfaction ratings and customer reviews. And Harry Robinson was selected as the Dealer Rater National Dealer of the Year, #1 in the country, and best Buick dealer out there. So you want to know you're going to get a great experience from great people that are going to make sure your satisfaction is #1. It's the place to go. The award speaks for itself. The #1 Buick dealer in the country based on customer satisfaction and reviews. Pretty easy to choose where you need to go. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Arkansas plays Mississippi State in basketball tomorrow night in Bud Walton Arena. A very big game for Mike Anderson and his crew, and I know Mississippi State is also looking to try to get to the NCAA tournament, so a big game for them as well. And to help preview it, let's welcome in Tyler Horka, who's a Mississippi State beat writer for the Clarion Ledger. Appreciate you joining us this morning, Tyler. How you doing this morning, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, anytime, because this is an interesting matchup where Mississippi State, they're sitting at 17-7, 5-6 in conference play, which is actually the same conference record as Arkansas, but obviously Arkansas doesn't have as good of an overall record. Just looking back on the season for Mississippi State, what they've done to this point in time, was this about what most people expected out of the Bulldogs and how they would perform this season? Have they met expectations? Just what's the overall feeling on their performance so far this year?
I'd say it's actually been a bit of a letdown. It's a team that was ranked 18th to start the year, and obviously it's a team that also hasn't been to the NCAA tournament in a decade, but everybody thought that this was the surefire year. You pretty much have the exact same starting lineup come back from last year, led by your senior leader, Quindary Witherspoon, who's having a great season. He's almost averaging 20 points per game. But, the non-conference schedule, they actually have the same non-conference record this year as they did last year, 12-1. But they played a few better teams. They beat Dayton on the road. They beat Clemson in a neutral site game. But once you got to conference play, like you said, they have the same record as Arkansas, 5-6, and it's a team that's been really inconsistent in conference play. This will be, if they can beat Arkansas on Saturday, it would be the fourth time that they've evened up their conference record at 500 this season on a Saturday, and that just tells you right there how inconsistent the team has been. They haven't been able to get over the hump. Even if they beat Arkansas tomorrow night, which is no easy task, no game in the SEC is an easy win. It would still feel like they're trying to get over the hump even with that win.
Well, you kind of touched on it there, Tyler. I want to ask you, here at Arkansas, it feels like there's a big sense of urgency, almost the must-win label on this game for the Razorbacks, being a home game and losing the last two. What is the sense of urgency? Does this feel like a must-win if you're Mississippi State for them as well, going on the road to Arkansas?
Well, the funny part is, just on Tuesday, I think it was a must-win against Alabama at home for Mississippi State. And after the game, which they won, after the game, junior point guard Lamar Peters, he said point blank, we have 7 games left in SEC play, and our mentality is that every single one of them is a must-win. That's not exactly the reality. If Mississippi State if the goal is to simply make it to the tournament, you think that they'd have to win majority of those 7 games that are left. And right now they're in the middle of a stretch where they're playing 5 teams in a row who are not ranked, and that's pretty good news considering last week they lost 2 ranked games at home to LSU and Kentucky. Obviously, we watched those 2 teams play a heck of a game last week, or earlier this week rather, with LSU coming out on top. So if you're Mississippi State, these are the type of games, even though it's Arkansas on the road, that you feel like if you want to make the tournament, you have to at least give your best shot at winning.
Well, one of the things I found fascinating about Mississippi State, Tyler, also, as you mentioned the SEC record, they're sitting at 5-6. I'm looking at the games they lost. They lost South Carolina by 5. They lost to Ole Miss by
Yep.
4. They lost to Alabama by 4. They lost to LSU by 4. They lost to Kentucky by 4. They're really close games in some cases, and some about 4 points. So what has it been about these games? Is it just Mississippi State's not able to close it out? Has they had to come from behind? Just they're close there, but they haven't been able to get over that. What's been the reason for losing these games so close late?
Yep, the come from behind thing is, you hit the nail on the head. They started the conference slate, as you mentioned, against South Carolina, close loss. It actually went to overtime, and they got down by double digits early, had to battle back, and then just couldn't close it out late. LSU, they got down early. They actually had the lead at halftime, though, after a 17-2 run. Kentucky got down early, 17-0 run to come back. It's just you can't put yourself in these holes, even if you have these comebacks like they've had to make it close games in the end. It's just too much on a team to ask them to make those types of runs, to come all the way back and then have the energy and not sure the word I'm looking for, but just the wherewithal to make those runs and then complete the comeback against really good teams, down the stretch.
I want to kind of get off this game a little bit. I want to ask you about the game of the week in the SEC and kind of who you like between Tennessee and Kentucky. Obviously a clash of Goliaths in the league this year, Kentucky and Tennessee. Who wins this game?
I just don't see John Calipari losing 2 games in a row at Rupp Arena. I think he's still only lost single digits in his career at Rupp Arena, or maybe that's up around 10 losses now. I'm not sure, but you just something has to give, essentially, and Tennessee's got that 19-game winning streak, and Kentucky just lost at home, and they're playing at Rupp Arena again. They really don't want to lose that. I watched Kentucky last week, and I was just amazed by, one, the athleticism of these guys, which I guess Kentucky has every year, but just the way they play together. And, it seems like every single player on the floor at all times has a really high basketball IQ. The ball never stops. It's always moving. And, the only time the ball does stop, it seems like, is when it's going through the net. So I like Kentucky in that game.
All right, we'll get you out of here on this one, Tyler. I just want to ask you about Ben Howland. He's in his 4th season at Mississippi State. Hasn't made the NCAA tournament this year, so let's just play it out and say that they don't make the NCAA tournament this year once again. I don't know about hot seat talk, but I think Mississippi State fans are going to be pretty disappointed in having 4 straight seasons on an NCAA tournament, especially given the fact that he had so much success at UCLA before he got here.
Right, and there's already some rumblings from the fans about hot seat talk. I think Howland is a pretty good coach, but if he doesn't make it to the NCAA tournament with this team, like I said to open, this is his most talented team at Mississippi State, and it has a lot of experience. They made a deep run in the NIT last year, all the way to the semifinals. So, NIT is not the NCAA tournament, but that's still postseason basketball, and you're still getting experience into late March. And if you don't make the NCAA tournament with a team that has all that experience, has a lot of talent, and there's talent with a couple freshmen, too, who have played really good minutes, and you'll see tomorrow night a freshman that has actually worked his way into the starting lineup, Reggie Perry, averaging 16 points per game over his last 5. This is a really talented team, and if you don't make it to the NCAA tournament with a team like this, of course there's going to be hot seat talk, especially like you mentioned, 4 straight years of not going.
Tyler Horka, Mississippi State beat writer for the Clarion Ledger. Really appreciate you joining us this morning, Tyler. Have fun tonight, man, and maybe we'll catch up with you later down the road, all right?
Yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Thank you.
I appreciate it. 877-377-6963 is the number to call in. Got to get into the final segment of the show. But before we get out of here, we're going to tell you about the Ritchie Bros.
Yeah, Ritchie Brothers right now wants to help you sell your heavy equipment and other assets that you've been trying to get rid of. Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet offer unprecedented choices and ways to sell where, when, and how you want to do it. They've been doing it for 60 years all around the world, and Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet has the experience, the solutions, and global reach to maximize your return. Sellers can take advantage of unreserved online auctions, on-site auctions, weekly online and reserved online marketplaces, as well as Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet's global marketing and extensive buyer network. Whatever your equipment selling needs are, call our friend David Lee, 479-322-2052. That's 479-322-2052, or more details online at richiebros.com.
You are in the middle of a Fast Break Friday.
Stroking it from three.
Presented by Harry Robinson Buick GMC in Fort Smith.
Hey there, this is Travis Tollett from Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Williams Tractor in Berryville, and Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers. It's finally 2019, and it's never too early to start planning for the upcoming season. Come see us during the Kick the Tires event going on now for great in-store deals and finance options on all New Holland equipment. Choose from New Holland tractors, hay and forage equipment, harvesting, seeding, spraying, or construction equipment. But it all ends March 31st, so hurry in to check out the savings during the Kick the Tires event at Williams Tractor in Fayetteville, Berryville, or Bobcat in Northwest Arkansas and Rogers.
You're born amazing, and at Baptist Health, we want to keep you that way. In fact, that's our mission, to not only provide the most skilled doctors and nurses to heal you from sickness or injury, and comprehensive care to support your recovery, but also to be your guide to health. Also, you can keep on inspiring, keep on reaching, and keep on amazing. For the care that keeps you amazing, visit Baptist-Health.com.
When you drive a Toyota Tundra or Tacoma, weekdays and weekends are two entirely different beasts. While an awe-inspiring view on a weekday might sound something like this.
Hon, there's a raccoon going through our trash again.
An awe-inspiring view on the weekend sounds a little more like this.
Whoa, Dad, this is crazy!
And while a bold adventure on the weekdays might be something like...
All right, kids, time to drive 3 hours to your swim meet.
Bold adventures on the weekend are closer to something like... Weekday?
Oh, cool. A standing desk.
Weekend.
Oh, cool. A ski boat.
You get the idea. Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them in the virtually indestructible Toyota Tundra and Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2019 Toyota Tundra Special Edition. Hurry in today. Toyota. Let's go places. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and end 2/28/19.
This is the Morning Rush.
It's February tax season at Frank Rowe Furniture. Don't pay too much for your furniture and wait days to get it in. We will deliver it for free.
We're also offering 25% off on all cash sales and 15% off on our in-store no credit check financing. We carry many made in the USA brands and also carry TVs and appliances, including 100% made in the USA Speed Queen washers and dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture, 25% off cash and 15% off financing with free delivery. Frank Rowe Furniture, best seats in the house.
This is Mark Hurst. So many times, a friend or acquaintance will see me at a ball game or maybe at church and tell me that they really need to come in and have their teeth cleaned or have a tooth fixed, but because they don't have dental insurance, they're worried about the cost. That's why at Hurst Family Dental Care, we offer a dental discount plan to any of our patients that don't have insurance. Give us a call at 474-1972 to learn more about the Hurst Family Dental Care Dental Discount Plan. Hurst Family Dental Care, a name you know and a name you can trust.
Chalupas, tamales, and refried beans. The freshest tortillas that you'll ever eat. Authentic, delicious, we all can agree. It's the real taste of Mexican food.
Juan's Mexican Restaurant is bringing the food and drink specials to you. All month long, it's 2 for $20. Choose any 2 entrees of your choice, drink, plus the best chips and salsa in town, all 2 for $20. Good Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to close, and all day Saturday. Juan's Mexican Restaurant, 3121 Towson Avenue.
The big store-wide winter clearance sale is going on now at Jelco Outdoors. Save 50% off work, casual, and hunting clothing with brands like Woolrich, Sitlock, Drake, and more. Tree stands, game cameras, game calls, archery equipment, hunting boots, and hundreds of items at 50% off. Shop while the selection is at its best. Thinking about spring? Check out the new fishing kayaks and all the new fishing gear at Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Callaway Epic Flash Driver and Fairway Woods are in stock now at the Golf Nut. Also, tailor-made M5 and M6 drivers, Fairway Woods and irons are available for 2019. Ping G410 irons are available with the driver, and Fairway Woods are coming soon. Book a time in their hitting bays with the new TrackMan technology or play around on one of the many golf courses on the simulator. The Golf Nut has been Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994. As always, check them out on Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your go-to place for everything golf.
Ford Auto Park in Fort Smith combines over 90 years of family-owned experience with the best sales and service teams around. And at Ora Auto Park, every new vehicle comes with a lifetime engine warranty, free maintenance for 2 years, and free car washes for the life of the vehicle. The largest selection, the biggest discounts, and the best buying experience around. These are some of the reasons why you always score more with Ora Auto Park in Fort Smith. Stop in today, or they are always open online 24/7 at oraautopark.com.
ESPN 95.3.
I'm in a hurry to get things done. Oh, I rush until life's no fun. All I really gotta do is live and die, but I'm
Be sure to check out The Morning Rush, Halftime, and Ruskin is Ranting podcasts, all available at hitthatline.com. This is The Morning Rush.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. We'll get to some of your phone calls and some nonsense here in the last segment of the day. First of all, I got to tell you about Supercuts. Of Arkansas, they're hiring licensed cosmetologists and barbers. You can join their family and take advantage of the amazing benefits, growth, opportunity, and continued education. Team members will earn up to 2 weeks of paid time off, commission-based performance pay, great tips, birthday pay, company-sponsored health insurance, and so much more. And as a team member, you will attend the Supercuts Hairstylist Training Academy for 1 week, cost-free, and extensive color training and additional training seminars and recertification class each year. Simply apply online at supercuts.com or contact Joe at 520-203-4316 at Supercuts. The next step to secure your future. Let's go to the phone lines and welcome in Robert in Fort Smith. What's going on, Robert?
Hey, guys, I'll be honest. I'm already tired of hearing about this hero factor with Connor Noland. He's going into the toughest baseball conference in America. He pitched at a 6A school, I get it, but you're going Vanderbilt, Florida, LSU. That's a lot different than some, you know. And then Isaiah Campbell is who I'm hoping that will be okay for us because he is so non-consistent. You don't know if you're going to get 3 out of him, if you're going to get 6. And I'm hoping this year we do get consistency out of him, not like he was towards the end, because if not, Friday nights are not going to look good. And I know he'll switch it around, but you need Isaiah to really carry this team, I think. And I just see what y'all got to think.
Yeah, appreciate the phone call, Robert. Well, and I hope that you didn't gather from our discussions and our conversation of us saying that Connor Noland is going to be the hero and coming in and just going to set the world on fire. I think that there's just intrigue and interest in seeing what he's got. And that's what we're going to see this weekend. I don't think anybody's saying that he's for sure going to be the Saturday starter the rest of the season. It's just one of those things that, listen, we all trust Dave Van Horn. Dave Van Horn is a fantastic coach, one of the best coaches in the country. And if Dave Van Horn, knowing what he's got on staff, trusts Connor Noland enough and has seen something from Connor Noland enough to give him the Saturday starter position in the series open, then that's at least got to be good enough for me right now. And so I got to see what he's got. But, yeah, I hope nobody's saying that he's going to be the hero. I think it's more going to be, like you said, Isaiah Campbell. Because what was the thing about Arkansas last year with their ace? What was his name again? His name was Blaine Knight. Do you remember what his record was last year?
I know it had an O on the end of it.
And that's all that mattered. Your ace was undefeated. And there was no doubt that one of the reasons you were in the position you were in is because of your ace.
I don't remember what was on the left necessarily, but I remember the right real well. It was 0.
Mm-hmm. And that's really the one that matters when it comes to your starter. So that was the difference. And that's what you're hoping. I'm not saying that the pressure's on Isaiah to go undefeated this year, but your hope is that if he can be your main guy, if he can be the guy that gets you those wins and those Fridays, it takes a lot of the pressure off, and you can be able to make something happen in Saturday and Sunday.
And listen, and Robert's absolutely right. There's a big difference between being the starter against Eastern Illinois and the starter against Auburn or Alabama or LSU at the end of the year or Mississippi State. Just keep going down the list of teams. You know, LSU, Florida. I mean, you know, being the starter in an SEC weekend's a much different deal than starting now. We're going to figure out whether Connor Noland can really go. You know, we don't know yet, but he's done enough to impress Matt Hobbs right away because we heard Dave talk about this in the 2 or 3 times he's visited with the media, gave some talks at Swatters Club. Connor came down, and it was just kind of so-so, and, you know, the first time they looked at him, they were – okay. Yeah. And then Hobbs got him in the bullpen, and they're like, oh, yeah, this guy can go, you know. And obviously he's done enough to impress to be one of your starters this weekend.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's going to be a starter in a month.
Nope.
He's got to earn that.
He's done enough in practice
But
to show you
put
something.
himself in a position that right now he's proven to be one of the best on the team to take the ball.
Yeah. So I'm going to be interested. I know a lot of Razorback fans are going to be interested just to see how he plays out, especially in this series game. So going to be a busy weekend as well. I want to revisit this real quick before we get out of here, though, about this mountain lion, because this story fascinates me. The guy that's from Mountain Home that was up in Colorado that killed a mountain lion with his bare hands is a fascinating thing. And I asked the question, I'm going to ask it again. If you heard a story about somebody, an athlete, killing a mountain lion with their bare hands, what would be the name of that athlete that would least surprise you? Somebody that you would just think would be like, yeah, I could see that. I could see him killing a mountain lion with his bare hands.
Does it have to be just an Arkansas Razorback?
No, it can just be just any athlete that if you heard this story and it was an athlete, you'd be like, yeah, I see that.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah,
easily.
Bo Jackson would
Bo
be
or
one.
Herschel. Herschel still does like 1,000.
You need someone with like rage, though.
See, yeah, because you gotta.
That's
you
why
could
I said Ndamukong Suh earlier, because there's a guy that clearly has some kind of rage issue.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like you can be as strong as you want, but I'm telling you, a mountain lion's still going to be stronger than you in most cases. Even if you're like they still got claws, you got to have somebody that's got the willpower to go through it all. Somebody that came to my mind, somebody like Patrick Beverly, who I just feel like he doesn't care who you are, he's going to take you on. And so even if it was a mountain lion, I could see him going out there and trying to knock somebody out too.
Can you imagine the chatter? Can you imagine the talk in the mountain lion community? What they're saying about their fallen brethren? You got choked out by a human?
Yep.
Can you imagine the mountain lion call-in talk shows this morning, what they're talking about in their own language?
They'd be trolling
They're
him all over.
embarrassed.
It'd be an embarrassment to the breed. Couldn't have it. And by the way, this guy is not a big guy. If you've seen a picture of him, he is not a big guy.
Download that podcast later, that Mountain Lion podcast. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, one of the most listened to ones in the country, I'm sure. So, but a few people tweeted at me. He said Tony Bua. That would have been a guy that a lot of people wouldn't have been surprised by if he ended up killing somebody. Because, yeah, Tony Bua was also a crazy guy, too. He had the rage to go along with the strength.
I guess you'd have to say Bobby Knight in his prime because he was choking people out back in the day anyway. Or mountain lions.
No, that's true. So I mean, he could probably do it. That's the thing is, there's like a lot of times where you see these athletes and you got these weird stories that go along with it. Like like he's not an athlete now, but like somebody like Bill Walton. If a story came back about him,
he wouldn't choke him out. He'd smoke him out.
Yeah. All right, that was a good one. I'll give you that.
I like that, Tommy.
Yeah, that was a good one by Tommy.
People say you're not funny.
Coming in hot.
Who says I'm not funny?
Yeah.
I bring these people in here.
Yeah. No, Tommy coming in hot in the final segment on a Friday.
See, I can see like Frank Martin.
He could be
that
one.
vein that pops out in the middle of his forehead when he gets mad.
Yep.
The coach at South Carolina.
Yeah.
I could see him like totally taking down the mountain lion.
I mean, there's just a lot of these types of athletes that just have that rage factor into it. But the thing is, this guy's not one of them. He was not an athlete. He was just a regular Joe from Mountain Home.
And you know what Nolan used to say? If you see me and a mountain lion, better help the mountain lion. Isn't that what he used to say?
Mountain lion, bear, something
like
that. Okay, well, I'm not going to help either one of you. I'm going to run away, even if I see somebody else. I'm going to call for help. I'm going to scream. I'm going to do a lot of things, but helping you out and trying to get involved in that altercation is not one of them.
I'll be easy to find. Just follow the trail.
Yeah, exactly. And don't ask what the trail is of, because you're not going to like the answer to it. Appreciate everybody listening in to the Morning Rush today. For Tommy Kraft and Ty Richardson, I am John Neighbors. Same sports show, same sports channel. Next Monday, have a great weekend, everybody. We will see you then.